Good morning, students. A very warm morning, a very interesting morning because I have a very beautiful topic at hand. The topic is called as ABC costing. We'll go to that our topic in next 2 to 5 minutes. Before that, I want you all to first share with me your understanding, non-understandings, or any queries, doubts which presently you all are facing with whatever you have studied in costing, maybe the previous topic or any earlier topic, so that before I can launch a new missile on you, you should have the combat system and the counter action system for the earlier missiles which already have been targeted on you. So tell me, what are your queries? What are your doubts? Very good morning, Jash. Good morning, Maithili, Divya, Navneet, Diksha, Surinder, everybody, very good morning. So if anybody has a query, you can raise your hand. I'll unmute you. If not, you can put in the chat box. I'll answer from there. Yes, students, I am waiting for your response. Query, no query. No query, students. So am I good to go at my end? So you can see a blank screen. This is for writing down whatever I feel is required to explain you the concept. Yes, very good morning, Ananya, Regan. So let us start. So students, in the previous class or up to the previous class, we were studying the concept of charging of overheads. Now let me tell you, we are still in overheads chapter only, but now we have a different perspective. Again, let me start with something which is the end result of all the efforts that we are putting in. So our end result is finding out the total cost, which is computed in this format called as cost sheet. You have direct material, you have direct labor or wages, you have direct expenses, you get prime cost. Now, when it comes to overheads, what we studied in the previous classes, for charging production overheads, we use the departmental rate, whereby you charge overheads department wise. Now, these departments may be named as ABC, or these departments may be given some technical name. And then once you charge these overheads, you reach your factory cost. And thereafter, you add your administration overheads, you charge your selling and distribution overheads, and you reach your total cost. Now, there are some intermediate names here, but I'm not getting into that because that is right now not required. That you will study once you study the detailed format of cost sheet. Now what we are studying is, till the last lecture, the concept of charging overheads that you studied has now become the old concept. So we call it as the traditional method. Now somebody will feel ki sir, we have not yet practiced and specialized it, and you are already saying that it is old. Yeah, because these methods are age-old methods. I'm not saying they are not relevant now. Had they not been relevant, it would not have been in your syllabus. But now, with the development in accounting systems, with the development in softwares, with the development in the competitiveness with which businesses are being run, a need is felt to ensure that your costing is more precise, more detailed. So now, for charging overheads only, we have a new approach called as the ABC approach. I'm sure if you'll recall, ABC you studied already in materials chapter. That ABC and this ABC is different. How it is different, that we will see. Now, till prime cost, both methods or both approaches have same answer, because as I said, the approach that we are studying now is only new or special for overheads. So up till prime cost, both approaches, the old approach, what we studied where we charge overheads department wise, or the new approach, which is ABC approach, both have the same prime cost. Now what is changing is, for the purpose of charging your overhead costs, which is, let us say over here called as the support cost, or chalo, I'll not change the name, let me keep it same. Instead of using departments, now we will be using activities. So now the names that would be given for charging overheads, earlier they were charged department wise. Now they are charged activity wise, like ordering activity, receiving activity, then inspection. What is this? I'll explain. Let me first give you the, you should know the end result, you should know the final presentation, so that when you understand the components of it or the process of it, it will be connecting to you. So ordering, receiving, inspection, storage, ACT means activity, setup, process one, etc., etc. Maybe concluding with packing and delivery. Now, what is the difference? The difference is, in our earlier method, what we studied till the previous class, we were charging overheads using departmental rates. How? For every department, we have computed some rate which is called as the ORR. And for every department, you have a basis. So continuing the same example, let us say here the basis is machine hours, here the basis is labor hours, here the basis is units produced. So I'm continuing my previous topic example so that it is connected. However, when we will be charging overheads under the new system, now as the name suggests, instead of department, we will be now dividing our overheads into activities. So earlier we were dividing it into departments, now we are dividing it into activities, and we will be calculating ORR for each activity separately. Now, interestingly here, it will not be called as ORR, it will be called as something else. But just to explain you the connect or concept, I'm using the word ORR. Now, what is the base? The base you can identify from the name of activity. So if it is ordering, it is number of orders. If it is receiving, it is shipments received. If it is inspection, it is units inspected. Storage, so material quantity stored, and so on. So for each activity, you will have a separate base and you will have a separate rate. As you can see, what was done here in 2, 3, 4 departments is done here in numerous activities, because of which the charging of cost, the computation of cost becomes more detailed, and the more it is detailed, the more it is precise. So this is what is the basic ideology, what is the difference between your earlier method and your new method, which is this method called as ABC. Now let me show you the process. Now what you studied in your earlier method, let us call it as the traditional approach. And what we are studying now is the ABC approach. What is the full form of ABC? Activity based costing. ABC approach. Now, try to recall what we did was in this approach, we followed the primary secondary distribution and we computed ORR. So I'm just repeating that table. So you have particulars, amount rupees, basis, and then you had production departments and service departments. Production departments ABC, service departments XY. Now, similar to that, you have in activity particulars, amount, and basis. Now, the difference is instead of dividing your business into departments, here we divide it into activities. And like here, you had two departments. We have two categories of activities. One is primary, and the second is support. Now, what are the primary activities? Primary activities are those activities which are very basic, which are necessary for running your business. And these are all primary activities. Now, if you see the very first activity that you do, see, activity means one small task. So you first order raw material. So your business will have the very first activity of ordering. Then what it will have is receiving the material, inspecting the material, storing the material. Then once the production has to be done, you first set up the machine for the production and then you carry out the different processes. Once the product is completed, you will do packing, you will do dispatch. So these are your primary activities. So I'm using the short forms: ordering, receiving, inspection, storage, setup, process, packing, dispatch. But besides this primary, you have some other activities which are also required for your business, like your planning activity, like your accounting activity, like your security activity. So entire business requires so many activities. Now, actually, I've written only few. Practically, when you do activity wise, you will have hundreds of activities. Now, the steps are common. What we did was we took all the expenses here. Try to recall. We took all expenses like indirect material, indirect wages, salaries, rent, repairs, maintenance, depreciation, and so on. And our first step was dividing them between all the departments, correct? Using the appropriate ratios. At this step, we used to get the totals of each department, both your production department and service department, and this step was called as primary distribution. Then what was your next step? Your next step was whatever were the expenses of service departments, like in our example, X and Y. These expenses you distributed here and they were subtracted here. So eventually, at the end of this step, you got the total of Department A's overheads, Department B's overheads, Department C's overheads. So these were the total overheads, and this became nil. Then what we did was we selected a suitable base. So here it is machine hours of this department. Here it is labor hours of this department. Here it is units produced. And then dividing both of them, we used to get our ORR. So here your ORR was, let us say 12.5 per machine hour. Here it was rupees 1.1 per labor hour. And here it was rupees 22 per unit produced. So you had three charging rates, and using those rates here, you charged the overheads. Same steps are repeated. So you have same overheads, indirect material, indirect wages, salaries, rent, debris, etc., etc. And the same process is repeated. Again, using suitable ratios, now you divide your expenses in all these hundreds of activities. Same like what we did between departments, we do it over here. And again, this step is the primary distribution. Now what happens at the end of this step? Now you get total of each activity and you will get 100 totals because you have 100 activities. Now what you do is whatever are your support activities like planning, accounting, or security, whatever. Now these would be multiple. I'm giving you only few names. These are again divided between your sorry, excuse me. Again, you do the same step. What we did in our previous topic, the same thing is done. We are going to divide these costs, that is the support activities cost between our primary activities. So again, this step is your secondary distribution. Same at both ends. Now again you get the final totals for each activity, and these totals are of all the primary activities. So here it is called as total overheads. Here we call it as cost pool. It simply means the total of cost of that activity. So it is called as cost pool, and since it is of each activity, we call it as the activity cost pool. So see, only names are changing. Now for each activity, I have to select a base. Here, the base is called as activity cost driver. So see, concepts are same. Names have changed. It is the same product in a new packing with a new name. That's it. Now, what would be the base? That depends upon each activity. So for ordering activity, your base would be number of orders. Similarly, for receiving activity, your base would be number of shipments received, and so on. And again, after dividing both these, here we used to get ORR. Here also we are getting the charging rate. Only difference is here it is called as the activity cost driver rate. So let us say it is rupees 2.5 per order. It is rupees 9 per inspection, rupees 210 per setup. So for each activity, you have a separate cost driver rate, which is the ORR. So the concepts are same. Here we call total overheads. Here we are calling activity cost pool. Here we called it as the base. That is the figure with which you divide. Here we are calling it as activity cost driver. And after dividing, what used to get was called as ORR. Here we are calling it as activity cost driver rate. So only the terminologies have changed. Conceptually, what you studied in your previous chapter is what you are doing here. So firstly, is this understanding clear before I can take you ahead to any more concepts or any more terminologies? Any questions up to this point? Anil says ABC will be more efficient. Yes, that is why ABC is evolved. So ABC gives more detailed costing. Hence, ABC give more precise answer. Many times, in fact, it is found that the answers you are getting by the previous method, which is now called as the traditional method, that is the departmental basis of charging overheads, was giving wrong costing answers in some cases. Hence, this particular concept has now gained importance. So still for some industries, the traditional method is used because it is more proper. But now in many industries, especially now if you see in past few decades, we have the service sector which has grown a lot. Earlier businesses was mainly manufacturing driven and mainly costing was manufacturing driven. Today manufacturing is not the only area or the industry which does costing. In fact, the use of costing has grown more in service sectors because today's services have multiplied and services have become very, very competitive. And today you have so many different varieties of services, right? Starting from the core services like banking, transport, insurance, to some nowadays new services like fintech, online delivery apps, quick commerce, so many things. So nowadays, service sectors are also very, you can say, aggressive in costing because they have to work on very thin margins. And for service sector, the departmental approach was not possible because the departmental approach required production department, whereas in case of services, there is no production department. So the department approach was not at all suitable for service sector. Plus, even for large manufacturing companies which has multiple products. And nowadays, as you know, lot of amount is spent on advertisement, lot of amount is spent on research and development. So they found this approach, this concept more suitable. Now, once you have understood, the interesting point is what we studied in the previous class was easy, but it was very time consuming because you are required to divide each expense into 5 departments, and then the two department expense, that is a service department expense between the other department. This was easy, but it was very time consuming. Now here I am saying there would be multiple activities. In reality, it is 100, but at least in exam, they will give you 8 activities. So doing the same thing for so many activities will be lot of time consuming. I agree. But then the question is, if such lengthy question will come, what will be the weightage? The answer to this is you will now not get the question from here. So this step is not required. This step is not required. Your question will start from here. Means what? Now in your question, the data that would be given would be like this. A company appoints you as their management consultant. The company presently charges its overheads using labor hours. Prepare cost sheet under present and ABC from following data. So question would be something like this. And in this question, no worries, but I'm having a watch on the battery. I'll put the charger in time. Now, interestingly, the question starts from here. Here means they will give you the cost of each activity already computed, something like this. They will give you the names of activities like ordering, and they will also give you the total of each activity. It means they have already done primary, secondary. They are giving you this info. Ordering, maybe setup, maybe dispatch. They'll give you 4, 5, 6 activities and the cost. Let us say, as per their primary, secondary, this is getting 26 lakhs cost. This is getting 49 lakhs cost. And this is getting 45 lakhs cost. Now, interesting part is, in many sums, they will give you the cost drivers also in front only. Like for ordering, they will say that what is your base? Your base is 5,200 orders. Let us say 5,200 orders, correct? Then 24500, sorry, इतने setup कभी नहीं होते. Let us say 245 setups or production runs, whatever. Then 1 lakh dispatch. Now this is the data given, plus they will say labor hours expected during the year 5 lakh hours. Now what have they asked you to do? They have asked you to prepare a cost sheet. Now they will also give you the cost sheet data. I have not yet written that data because I am not giving you the whole sum. The whole entire sum you'll get in your answer in the main part when we'll start solving. But I want to give you the overview. Now see, In this question, they want you to do costing by both approaches. Present, that is a traditional approach, and ABC. Now, from where will your costing start? See, you have to prepare cost sheet. For cost sheet, they will give you separately direct material, direct labor. Only what you need to do in this chapter is charging overheads. But for charging overheads, you need ORR in the traditional method, which is department wise. Or if you remember, we also studied that instead of department, you can have a single rate. Now, many times here, the question that you'll get in ABC, in that the traditional approach is the single rate approach, where for entire all departments, they have computed only one rate by taking one base. So what you have to do is you have to first find out the ORR. So our answer will start traditional method, that is a present method, which is over here on the basis of labor hour. You find out ORR. How do we find out ORR? In the numerator, you will take total estimated overheads. Upon denominator, what is the base? Total estimated labor hours. Now, from this question, you have to do both traditional method and ABC method. Cost sheet details will be given. I have not given over here, that you'll get in the actual sum. But before you prepare cost sheet, you need the overhead charging rate. Now, students, tell me what is the numerator and what is the denominator for the traditional method from the given data. Students, numerator, denominator from the given data. Maithili, that I have already said. So how I am going to find out ORR? By dividing the overheads by the base. I have already written. Base is here labor hours, that is given in the question. Now I want the amount. What amount you will take in the numerator and what amount you will take in the denominator. Now you are solving this question, and your first approach is the traditional approach, where it is a single rate method because they have taken only one basis for the entire overheads. I want the numerator amount. Very good, Nikunj. Excellent, Anil. Very, very good. Others, please apply your mind. What I want and where and how it is given in the question. Since this question has to be solved by both approaches, as I said, they will give you data like this. Like this means they have given you the overheads, but activity wise, because they don't want you to do the primary, secondary in ABC. Primary, secondary will be done. So overheads is already divided activity wise. But before I go to ABC, I have to first do traditional. For traditional, I need total overheads. What is total overheads? It is this same amount. So whatever is given activity wise, that is in short, this is what? This is your overheads only, but divided activity wise. So you add up all this, add up 26 plus 49 plus 45. So you get 1 crore 20 lakhs as your total overheads. And what is the basis? They are saying we are using labor hour as the base. What is the labor hours given in the question? 5 lakh labor hours. So you get your traditional methods ORR. Students, have you got this? Is it 24? Very good. Super. Now the same sum, you have to solve it by the ABC method also. Again, before you prepare cost sheet, you need to find out ORR. Now for ABC, we will have this type of a table. So activity name, the cost of each activity, which is called as cost pool, and the basis, which is called as activity cost driver. And when you divide this by this, you will get the ORR, which will be called as activity cost driver rate. Now, this is already ready-made given in the question. 90% of the questions will give it ready-made. Few questions you have to do some calculations. Otherwise, these are given ready-made. Amount is 26 lakhs and base is 5,200 orders. This amount is 49 lakhs and the base is 245 setups. The amount is 45 lakhs and the base is 1 lakh dispatches. Now divide this, you will get your ORR. Correct, na? Which is called as activity cost driver rates. बेटा मैंने लाख नहीं लिखा है नवनीत, मैंने लेबर पर लेबर आवर लिखा है। 24 के आगे मैंने क्या लिखा है? 24 इज पर लेबर आवर, क्योंकि आपका रेट पर आएगा ना कुछ। सो मैंने लैक्स नहीं लिखा बेटा, लेबर आवर्स लिखा है। Sorry, students. Yes. So now you would have understood that what we are doing in ABC is just that we are doing it in more detail. So instead of department wise or single rate, we are doing multiple rates for each activities. And that is why now you'll understand why the name is given activity based costing. So whatever you are doing here is basis the activity, correct? Hey, why you are saying Khushi ji? We all are of same age. और आजकल तो प्रोफेशनल वर्ल्ड में लोग बड़ों को भी नाम से बुलाते हैं. इवन इफ आई एम एड्रेसिंग अ CFO or CEO, I'll take the name of that person. Okay, so tell me the ORRs that you have got. 520,045. So this will be rupees 500 per order, correct? Rupees 20,000 per setup. And third rate, what is the rate given? 45. Yes, 45 per dispatch. Now, same like traditional, when you will prepare cost sheet, you will multiply these rates here, and what will happen? Now see, base में हम क्या लेते हैं? If you remember, we take in the base the total quantity for the whole year, because we have taken expenses for the whole year. Then only you will get your per quantity rate. Now here you are preparing cost sheet for one of the products. Same example, headphones. So you will take only the number of orders out of total annual orders, only the number of orders required for headphones, for the receiving activity, for the inspection activity. You will only take that quantity and multiply it by the respective ORR. This will give you your cost by the ABC method, right? Divya is saying, sir, in the traditional method, activities in the question like ordering, setup, dispatch are taken as departments. No, beta. See, departments is different. Understand this. Department physically is a place. So traditional method में क्या होता है? Department means जैसे आप कोई एक बड़ा फैक्ट्री, रेमंड्स फैक्ट्री आप विजुअलाइज करो. सो रेमंड्स में क्या होगा? कपड़ा आएगा तो सबसे पहले एक पूरा जगह है जहाँ पे सिर्फ कपड़े का कटिंग होगा इनटू द शेप्स. So one department means one whole place, maybe one whole building, one whole unit is only doing cutting. देन इट विल गो टू द सेकेंड यूनिट, जहां पे वो क्या करेंगे, आपके जो भी स्टैंडर्ड साइजेस है उसमें वो स्टिच करेंगे. देन वहां से वो थर्ड डिपार्टमेंट में जाएगा, जहां पे वो क्या करेंगे, वहां पे वो उसको आयनिंग फिनिशिंग करेंगे, उसमें कुछ आपको लगाना रहेगा, स्पेशल इफेक्ट्स आप वो लगाओगे. सो इन ट्रेडिशनल मेथड the business, the production is divided into physical units. So आप visualize करो, ये पूरा एक फैक्ट्री में सिर्फ कटिंग हो रहा है. I don't know whether you all have visited any real factories that you will do in your articleship, so that you will see कि इसमें सिर्फ कटिंग हो रहा है. अब वो या तो पूरा एक फ्लोर होगा अगर कोई छोटा बिजनेस है तो, और अगर बड़ा बिजनेस है तो उनके बड़े बड़े फैक्ट्रीज के एक एक पूरा यूनिट से वो काम कर रहा है, कटिंग. And they get material in huge thousand और lakh meters. फिर उसका कटिंग होता है, कटिंग होके वो कट किए हुए कपड़ों का एक बड़ा बंच बनता है. इट इज सेंट टू देयर सेकंड डिपार्टमेंट, फिजिकल प्लेस, जहां पे उसको स्टैंडर्ड साइज 40 साइज, 44 साइज, 38 साइज, 28 साइज जो भी है उसमें वो स्टिच होता है. फिर वहां पे वो स्टिच किया हुआ कपड़ा जाता है फिजिकली तीसरी जगह पे, जहां पे उसके कटिंग्स थोड़े से थ्रेडिंग करते हैं, बटन्स लगाते हैं, कोई उस पे शो का आपको ब्रॉश या कुछ लगाना है वो करते हैं, और आयन करके इट इज पैक्ड. सो ट्रेडिशनल में यही चीज डिपार्टमेंट है, दैट इज रॉन्ग. अब यही रेमंड्स एग्जाम्पल में यही सब काम करने को यही एक्टिविटीज लगने वाले. सबसे पहले कपड़ा ऑर्डर होगा, दैट लैक्स ऑफ मीटर्स ऑफ कपड़ा. देन दैट विल कम, उसका आप क्या करोगे, रिसीविंग करोगे, उसका एंट्रीज होगा. फिर उसका इंस्पेक्शन होगा कि कपड़ा राइट क्वालिटी का है, कहीं पे कुछ डैमेज तो नहीं है, जो हमने ऑर्डर किया था कलर पैटर्न सब कुछ वही है. देन इट विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेप एंड नेक्स्ट स्टेप एंड नेक्स्ट स्टेप. दिस इज हाउ बेटा इट इज डन. आई होप एवरीबडी इज क्लियर विद दिस. सर क्लाइंट अगर बड़ा हो तो उससे नाम से बुलाएंगे तो बुरा नहीं लगेगा क्या? सी, आई ऑल्सो यूज टू फील द सेम. In fact, I have also learned this recently, so I'm sharing this with you. that today it is in the corporate world that people address their bosses by name. You see any web series, na? You see any, especially the foreign web series, you will find this, what I'm saying. So it is actually a foreign culture. It is not our Indian culture. Indian culture, we call sir, madam, G. But now, since unfortunately we are more attracted towards the Western side, so we are adapting it. And now, anyways, in India, you have multinational companies. So even bosses are addressed not by sir. And now, this is, I'm not talking about your C officer. You have to address your CAs, your seniors by proper respect only. I'm talking to you about this corporate culture. So in corporates, even the bosses are addressed by the first name. In fact, they don't like if they are called as sirs or if they are called as Gs or something like this. Right? Okay, Anil. Sir, we have to first calculate these rates. Yes. And then we have to move for primary, secondary. नहीं बेटा primary, secondary पहला होता है ना. First you find out the cost of each activity. See, अनिल, सबसे पहले प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी होगा तभी तो आपको ये पता चलेगा कि हाउ मच इज कॉस्ट ऑफ ऑर्डरिंग, हाउ मच इज कॉस्ट ऑफ रिसीविंग, हाउ मच इज कॉस्ट ऑफ सेटअप. आपको हर एक का कॉस्ट कब पता चलेगा? प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी करके. अब सिर्फ क्योंकि यहाँ पे एक्टिविटीज बहुत सारे होते हैं, दैट इज वाई दे do the primary secondary themselves. They directly give you the sum like this, where they directly give you cost of each activity. So already primary secondary is done. This is the figure after secondary distribution, and you are given the basis. You have to simply divide and find out the ORR. This is how ABC sum starts. I hope, Anil, you understood this. Anil, no reallocation, nothing. सी, ट्रेडिशनल में हमने जब सीखा इसके पहले, तो दे आस्क्ड यू टू डू प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी सो दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड कि प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी करना पड़ता है, उसके बाद ये फिगर्स आते हैं. बट इन एबीसी, one reason, already you have studied primary secondary in the previous chapter of overhead. Secondly, activities are numerous. तो वो सब अगर प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी करेंगे, you will require 1 hour to solve that sum in exam. Hence they are not asking you to do primary secondary. What is reallocation? Reallocation is secondary. So जो आपका सपोर्ट सर्विसेज या सपोर्ट एक्टिविटीज है, उसका कॉस्ट आपने प्राइमरी को चार्ज किया. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड. So primary secondary is done. You start from directly ORR step. Is this clear, students? Everybody understood? Clear? Now see, this topic of overhead solving wise is easy, but it is also difficult. Now what is easy? The solving part, because you have to only divide, and in cost sheet you have to multiply and charge. What is difficult? Difficult is understanding the question, because many times the question is given in a very complicated way. But you can still be able to understand the question if you clearly understand what is the requirement, what they want you to do. If you understand that, then understanding the question will become easy. And once it is easy, as I already said, solving is easy. Is this clear to you all? Yes, Maithili. I've unmuted you, beta. Maithili, I cannot hear you. Yes, Sushmita.
Sorry, sir, by mistake I read it.
Oh, your mic is not working, so I'll miss hearing your voice. So try to disconnect and reconnect the audio part. Maybe it may start working if there is no technical problem in the mic.
எனக்கு வேற ஏதாவது வேணுமே. இல்ல இத கழட்டிட்டு இல்ல கேட்கட்டுமா?
Maithili, now you're muted. Huh? I can hear you. You're already muted. Unmuted, Maithili. You can speak.
Yes, now you're audible. Now
Hmm.
I'm audible.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. We are calculating that 26 lakhs, 49 lakhs, and 45 lakhs in this question ABC analysis, and that amounts are same as activity cost pool, sir. The total
They are
of activity cost pool.
they are same as what, beta?
Activity cost pool.
So, beta, activity cost pool only I added. Na, see, this is activity cost pool means what? Please understand. This is only a term. Like after primary and secondary distribution, you used to get total overheads of each department in traditional method. The same total you are here you will get for each activity, which is called as activity cost pool. So activity cost pool is nothing but total cost of each activity after primary and secondary distribution.
Okay, but this 26 lakhs, 49 lakhs, and 45 lakhs are what is this, sir? That is each activity based cost, or
But
it
it
is
is activities total cost. So how much you spent on ordering activity? See, again, you try to first come back to our previous case. We up till the class we understood that we will find out cost of each production department ABC and each service department XY. How? We have all these expenses in our business, we will divide them, primary distribution. You will get total of each department including service. Then the service department cost you will recharge to primary using one of the methods that we studied. So now finally you get the total cost of each department. This is total cost of department A, B, C, correct?
yes, sir.
Now, same thing, same step you will do now with activities. The only difference is you'll have hundreds of activities. You have the same expenses of your business. You will do primary. You will divide the overheads between all the activities. You will get the totals. Here, the total include cost of even support activities. Then the support activity costs are again redistributed to primary. So you get finally the total of primary activities cost. This is what is called as cost pool.
Okay, sir.
So this is what is 26 lakhs and 46 lakhs given. The only difference is in this example, I have shown multiple activities, but in my example where I have given figures, I have taken only three activities. But
Yes,
practically you will
sir.
have hundreds of activities. See, visualize, na? I gave you example of Raymonds. So first thing is, what is the first activity they are doing? They are ordering the material. Second
Yes, sir.
activity, what is happening? The material is received. Third
Set
is
up.
they are inspecting, then they are storing, then the material is taken to production where different steps are done. Then after the shirt is stitched and ready, it will go to the packing department where packing and proper boxing will be done. Then it will be delivered. So they have
Yes,
multiple activities. So the same
yes,
thing what we did for departments, we are doing for activities. The difference is department are physical places which will be very few, and activities are multiple activities. Like how today when you got up morning, the very first activity did you did after getting up was doing a prayer. Then maybe you got up, you had water, something, you freshened up. Then you came back, you did some pranayam, some exercise. These are all individual activities that make up your whole day. In a day, you have hundreds of activities that you are doing.
yes, sir. So this 26 lakhs, 49 lakhs, and 45 lakhs. These are we assume that after calculating primary and secondary distribution.
Perfect. So,
Oh,
for ABC sums, they will not ask you to do primary, secondary, but still
yes,
I have found one sum where they have asked you to do primary, secondary, but at a very small scale. But 99% of ABC sums, primary, secondary, they already do and give you this total. So this total they have given you is after the primary and secondary distribution. So it is the final total cost of each activity. So now
yes,
you are
sir.
only in the last step. What is the last step? Dividing it by the base. The base is called as the activity cost driver. So divided by
Right.
the cost driver, you directly get the ORR. So that is
Oh,
why I said ABC sums are very easy solving wise because you have to only
yes,
divide
sir.
and find out the ORR.
Yes, sir. Understood. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
super. Navneet, what did you say? I did not get. So should I take you to sums? Now see, as I said, activity solving wise is very easy, but the first step is very tricky. You need to understand what the questions are, what the questions give you, what the questions ask you. So until unless you understand what they give you, what they ask you, solving, though it is easy, may not be possible because you are not understanding what is the question. So uh, again, do one thing. First, take a screenshot of this first question and also start reading. Now, see, as I said, the only difficult step in ABC is understanding what is given in the question, what is asked. So, take a screenshot and also read the question. And you tell me what you have understood, what the question is saying, means where the question is standing, what is done in the question, like primary is done, secondary is done, what is required. Please read the question and tell me exactly what is required to be done. Because once you understand what is required to be done, doing is only the formality, which is the most simplest part. Chalo, I give you 2 minutes. Take a screenshot also and read and tell. Yes, students, if you are ready, you can tell me. So, Meenu Kumar, you are right. But tell me now, see, I have explained you something. Let us first understand it from the steps I have explained you. So, I explained that you have to first find out ORR. And then after you find out ORR, you go to the cost sheet, you multiply by the ORR by the base to find out the amount. This is what I have explained. But this question, what it is, you explain me. Yes, Sushmita.
Yes, sir. I think in that question we are supposed to, since they have already given us the cost driver rate as well, so we don't have to do this computation also. We have to multiply the cases sold into selling price where we are getting the total selling price, and then we have to multiply cases into the cost driver rate and deduct it from our selling price so that we'll get the operating profit. Not sure.
Excellent, beta. And but not only selling price and purchase cost, you also have to multiply and find out the overheads and subtract that also. Correct, na? Because you need to find out the final net profit.
Yes, sir.
So excellent, beta. You know how many marks this question carries? This has come to your exam twice. When it had come for the first time, this question carried 8 marks. Now it will come for 4 to 5 marks. But see how easy the question is. But what was tricky? Understanding. And I'm very happy that you and many of you who are putting their answers have rightly understood that here even ORR is given. They have already given you ORR. Now, what is only required is to find out the profit. Now, how do you find out profit? Sales minus your cost. And what they have done is they have given you all figures per unit. The selling price is per unit, purchase cost is per unit, and also the driver rates. Driver rates means what? The ORR. Everything is given. So what you have to do is you have to only multiply all the figures, subtract it to find out the profit. Excellent. I'm really happy to know this because many times students fear this topic. Students keep this topic in option. Why? Not because solving wise it is difficult, because understanding the question is what is tricky. And I'm so happy that the very first time, and interestingly, I taught you something else. I taught you the basics, but this sum is not at all that. It is completely the next step. And I'm very happy that you all have decoded it correctly. So this is where your skill is. So what is asked? You are required to analyze the profitability. Now they are dividing the business into 5 customer categories. Now these may be what? Somebody may be small business, somebody may be big business, somebody may be government, some may be export, some may be some contractor. So this is how you divide your business into customer segments also. So you have 5 customer segments. Now you purchase your bottle at the rate of 90 per case, and depending upon the nature of your customer, like for people placing less orders, I'm keeping high price. The people placing high orders, I'm keeping low price, maybe government. And for exports, I'm keeping even low price. So that is why you are having separate selling prices. They have given you cases sold. And now from here, what they have given you is your basis, so that you can multiply the basis by this ORR to find out your overhead cost of each activity. So what they are asking you to calculate operating income. See, operating income in simple word means net profit. So account says net profit, FM and costing says operating income. Both means one and the same. So in this question, you have to simply multiply. Yes, Nikunj, you can say so. Excellent, beta. Maithili, very good. So everyone has understood it perfectly. And the only skill now is correctly calculating or solving. Correct? Now see, you have to name it correctly. So I will call it question 1. I will call it statement showing operating income. Anil, you may speak. Particulars.
Sir, I'm confused with product handling, how to compute like while
Let's
calculating
see.
operating
Let's see.
revenue,
Let's
how
see.
should we
Let's
have to
see.
compute? Okay,
Let's
sir,
see.
fine,
I'm
fine.
doing that. I'm
Okay, sir,
doing that.
thank
But still, I will request that even though I
you.
am
Okay, sir,
doing,
thank
no, listen to me. Even though I am doing, even you are saying you are confused. See why you are confused. Something is given in a different fashion. See, we feel, I mentioned this in my previous class also. Now you have to be prepared to face the unknown or something which you have not yet studied. So please, I will request that even though I am going to solve, you all please try to do it yourself. Even if you make it wrong, I'm okay.
you.
So solve. Do one thing, Anil. Whatever you have understood, solve
Okay,
according
sir.
to your understanding. Let it be wrong. There is no
Okay,
problem in things going wrong. Chalo.
okay, sir.
So students, in the working, I'll give you working of A. Means I'll show the figures of A. Remaining you can replicate, right? So see, first I will need my sales. From that, I'll subtract my purchase cost. How I'll get sales? I will take cases sold. I will take again cases sold multiplied by selling price. I'll get sales multiplied by purchase price, which is 90. I will get purchase cost. Then I will start subtracting my overheads. Now let us call overheads as our support cost. Now see, these are some terms which are used. So what we call as overheads, many times in ABC chapter, they call as support cost. So we will also call it as support cost. Now what are the names? The names are, the activities are order taking, customer visits. So I will name them same. So first is order taking. You have to leave one line blank to show the workings. Then the other is customer visits, correct? Third is deliveries. Next is product handling. So deliveries, product handling, and last is expedited delivery. That is, somebody wants urgent delivery, so I've done that. Right? Now, what is important is you have to multiply the base by the ORR. Now see, they have already said that this rate is calculated per purchase order. So number of purchase orders are given. So what I will do is I will take purchase orders given and I'll multiply it by the ORR. What is the ORR given per purchase order? 750. So I'll multiply this by 750, the number of purchase orders. Then for second, what is given? Number of customer visits is given and 600 is the cost per customer visit, right? So I will take customer visits multiplied by 600, right? Then number of deliveries. Now, interestingly, this is given 5.75 per delivery kilometer. Now, this is interesting. This is where you have to read the question carefully. This is number of deliveries. This is number of kilometers traveled per delivery. And here this 5.75 is given per delivery kilometer. So what you have to do is you have to first multiply these two, the deliveries and the kilometers per delivery. And then to that you will multiply 5.75, right? I hope you all are understanding what I'm trying to say. So I will take deliveries, I'll multiply it by the kilometers, and then this amount I will multiply by 5.75. Right? Clear? Perfect, perfect, Nikunj. Excellent students, excellent. I'm really so proud of you all because this is the topic people keep in option. In fact, when I was studying this, let me tell you, when I was in inter, this topic was not introduced. In the meantime, I did articleship after inter. When I came to final, suddenly, when I was giving exams, final also had costing. In fact, prior to your new syllabus, final had costing. So it is just 3-4 years back only costing is removed from final. So when I came to final, FM and costing, these two subjects had changed drastically. So when I started studying, in fact, FM, even today, I never find much inclination. Though I don't think it is so difficult, but I never paid attention. And because of paucity of time, and we did not have any coaching classes at that time. So FM, I had to keep many topics in option. Costing also, I thought I'll keep topics in option, but somehow it was pricking me because costing was something close to my heart. So 2 days, I just sat with the questions. The topics which I had kept in option, I just sat with the questions. I just wanted to break them. Why I'm not able to understand. Let me tell you, students, that I'm talking about the year 99, 2000, when there were no coaching classes, at least in the city where I reside, no coaching classes. I did not have access to any big cities at that time because of financial constraints. And most important, I was not also having access to any other books except module. So I had only modules. And to like today, you don't have the portal. There was no internet, nothing. We did not have mobile phones also. I'm talking about 2000, 2001 period. So it was only one book module. The new syllabus was introduced. So even our seniors in library could not help us. But it was so, means those 2 days have changed my life. Why it has changed my life? Because I've understood the biggest secret of life, that you have to just try. Keep breaking your head till that problem breaks. This is what I have learned, students. So I'm so happy that you all broke that particular problem immediately in the first go. Super. What visible, beta? What is visible? Okay, so this is product handling is 3.75 per case sold. So already we have cases sold. Cases multiplied by 3.75. And for expedited delivery, it is 2250 per expedited delivery. So here it is not kilometer, it is only deliveries. So we'll take this expedited delivery into 2250. Understood, students? Now I'll take the figures of A. Same thing will be replicated for the remaining customers, right? So see, figures of A are cases sold is 4680. Now just pay attention how I'm solving. See, I wrote firstly everything which is common. Then wherever I read cases sold, I will write cases sold first. I'm not solving each step. I'm not solving each item because that is time consuming and that may unnecessarily lead to picking up wrong figure. See, where cases sold is required, I've written all first because it is common and this saves my time. This saves also the possibility of making mistake. Now, this is the purchase price. This is the sale price. I'm only on A and you should also solve it like this only. So 108.90 and third figure was where I required this cases, it is 3.75. Yes. So see, I written this. Maybe I'll do the multiplications later, but I'll first write all the figures. Multiplication is just the final end product. In fact, even if you write so much and if you're not able to complete the multiplication, out of 5, you'll get 3.5 to 4 marks if you are completing this without maybe reaching the final answer, right? Now, I'll take all the figures 15, 2, 10, 20. Now, I'm only saying 15 2, but in my mind, I know what 15 means. 15 is purchase orders, 2 is customer visits. So 15 is purchase orders. So let me write them orders. 2 is customer visits. So let me write customer visits. Then delivery and kilometers. Delivery is 10, kilometers is 20. So delivery is 10. Now see, you need not write 10 deliveries and 20 kilometers. You can only write 15 and 2 and 10 and 20, but I'm writing for y'all because y'all should understand what I'm doing, right? Now I multiplied by the rates 750. I multiplied by the rate 600. I multiplied by the rate 5.75. And for this person, expedited delivery is 0. So anyways, this last figure will be 0. Now I find out all the multiplication answers. And then now when I deduct this, I will get my final net operating income. Correct, students? Understood? Start solving. Start solving. I give you 5 minutes. I'm keeping this part open because anyways, you have done the taken the screenshot of the question. So this part I'm keeping open. So if by chance anybody has any query, you can ask me. So I think the amount shared on the screen, 53090, it is for A. Surinder has said 54182. It is for which one, Surinder? So many are getting 53090. So that is the final net operating income of A. Surinder Beda, you have written something else. Can you please let me know what it is? So anyways, A I had given. I want the other answers. Oh, Kushi has given other answers also. So I'm writing down Kushi's answers. Others please confirm. So 258969. 258969. This is for B. Kushi has given the third one is 1921575. So this is for A, this is for B, this is for C. These are Kushi's answers. Others may please confirm. So 997337. 997337.5. This is for D. And 95053. 95053. Okay. Diksha, you are asking from where 90 come from? 90 has come from the very first line of the question, Bida. Please read. Question reading is the key. It buys the bottled water at 90 per case. So the purchase cost is 90, which is common. See, this happens in reality. You have different types of customers. As I gave you example, some are small customers, some are large customer. Like somebody rightly pointed out, let us say these are the ones who are taking your bottled water in their office. These are the ones who are taking during marriage. Let us say this is you are sending to government department. This is maybe you are exporting. This is you are subcontracting to some other person who is further selling it. So it is like you are giving to some traders. So this is how you are charging different prices, and the different quantum of efforts are required, but your purchase cost is same. Correct, beta? Diksha, I hope you understood. Chalo, give me other answers. Khushi has already given me answers. Others may please confirm. Khushi, if you are done with this, then read this question. Question two. 1 second. Others may also take a screenshot of question two. Khushi, you may start even solving this. Others take a screenshot of question two, because I will go back to question one because people are still solving question one. But for those who have done question one, please take question two. It is even more advanced than question one and whatever I explained. But again, reading the question is the key. This is the 8-mark question. Reading, understanding the question is the key. I hope you all have taken the screenshot. Shall I go back to the first question? I have written some answers which Khushi has given. Others may please confirm. Beta, you are asking, I have written CAVI. Minu, it is CUVI. CU is customer, VI is visit. These are short forms. So 2 is there na, in the question. So 2 into 600 is right. So 2 is the customer visit, short form of CU and VI. Nikunj, I think your answer is correct. 223531 is for B, because I only remember E because E was very small. So I'm writing now Nikunj's answer, because at least the E1 Nikunj has given is more correct. So 274, I also remember something like this was the answer for E. Nikunj has given for D 739758. 739758. For C, Nikunj has given 690375. 223531. 223531. So these are answers of Nikunj. Students, please check, confirm. Okay, Ankita is also having similar answers, 690375. Perfect. So Ankita, your and Nikunj's answer are same. Ankita, your E is different. 3378. Nikunj is having only 274. You are having 3378. Just check for E this. In E, this is important. E is having expedited delivery 1. So E is having this cost of 2250, which no other one is having, because only E is having the expedited delivery. Have you subtracted this? I think you have not yet subtracted this, Ankita. You subtract this. Those who have completed this may go to second question. Those who have not yet got it, please solve this. There is no haste. Students, I think now we should go to the second question, everyone. Okay, Ankita. So let's see. But I remember answer for E is 274. Acha, then maybe Ankita, you check this expedited delivery, because, sorry, not expedited delivery, this number of customer visits into this. Sorry. Uh, 20 into 30. This you have to always multiply, students. Check somewhere because I remember E's answer was 274 and even one more person just now confirmed 274. Hemin. So Ankita, I believe 274 is the correct one because I also recall that figure. So anyways, let us drop it wherever it is because what is more important is the other questions also. Chalo, go to second question, students. Now, read the second question and tell me where we stand, what is required, what is to be done. Okay, people have started giving me answers. Very good. Very good, Navneet. Diksha, I'll have to check because in this second question there will be two ORRs. No? You have given me only one. Kushi, perfect, beta. Navneet, good. But quantity means what? You mean the respective cost drivers, right? Yes, Nikunj. So this question requires primary, secondary also. Yes, very good. Nikunj, very good. See, in fact, ABC part is easy. Things are given straightforward. Here in this question, the tricky part or the special part is the traditional method. So what does the question says? This SSE enterprise produces some precision components. Management is not satisfied with the manner of recovery rates. The total overheads are 20 lakhs and the details are at present cost center wise. Now cost center means department. So the parallel word for department is cost centers. Now what they have done is they are having four departments or four cost centers and they have only given the basis in two. It means, see, now you have to understand certain things. These are production departments and these are service. This anyways is clear even from the next line. So what it says, AB is production, C and D are service. The expenses of service departments are to be redistributed between them in this ratio. Now, I'm sure by this you will also understand which method they are adopting. They're adopting the direct method because service department costs are only given to production. So it is by default direct. So till this point, all the data is of traditional. Now then they say the SSE manager has learned about ABC for the allocation of indirect costs and based on the detailed analysis, they have identified this. Now this is the ABC. What you are required to do, you are only required to find out ORR. That's it. Now for ABC, the ORR is simple. You have to simply divide this, you get the ORR. That is the activity cost driver rate. For traditional, you have to do first secondary distribution, find out total of A and B and divide it by the base and find out ORR. Perfect, students. So this should require you 5 minutes. So I'm giving you the break. So, but first complete this sum, post your answers, and then you all will take the break. Right? Perfect. Also, I'll do in the meantime one thing. Let me just give you the next question also. Should I give you this question? Chalo. I want this question. No, this one only. Chalo, take a screenshot of third question, students, so that those who complete the second one, maybe in the break, they may start going through the third one as well. Chalo, take a screenshot of third one. Chalo. First complete second one, then you all will take the break, and then we'll go to the third one. Those who have done may start doing. Question one, Kushi, the answers which I have written in red are correct. Red, orange is correct with 2 or 3 rupees difference. Chalo. Okay, so I'm sure by now your second question is done. Yes, very good. So answers I'm typing. So after the secondary distribution, see primary is already done. ABC figures are given. After secondary distribution, what is the total cost of A? What is the total cost of A after secondary distribution? Okay, Nikun says 11,72,000. Yes. What is of B? 8,28,000. Students, all are supposed to confirm this. So 1172 and 828 are your total cost after the secondary distribution, which is of department C and D cost. And it is simple, it is clearly given in what ratio C and D have to be allocated. So C has to be allocated 60/40, D has to be allocated 30/70. So it is pretty straightforward, correct? Very good. Now, divided by the basis, what is the basis given? For department A, the base is 58,600 machine hours. For department B, it is 88,200 labor hours. So when you divide it, you get the per hour ORR, which is already given by many of you all very correctly. So the ORR rate is rupees 20 per machine hour for A and rupees 10 per labor hour for B. So 20 per machine hour for A, 10 per labor hour for B. Is this clear? Do you all have this 20 and 10? I'm sure everybody has. So 20 is per machine hour. Please write per machine hour and per labor hour. Only writing 20 and 10 is not technically very correct. You have to also specify per watt. So 20 is per machine hour, 10 is per labor hour. Perfect. Great. Then after that, you have your activity cost pool, you have your activity cost drivers. Simply divide them. Dividing them will give you your activity cost driver rates, which I will just read out from whose answer is this? Maybe Maithili's answer. Yes, Maithili's answer is this. So the cost driver rates are for the procurement activity, it is rupees 100 watt, 100 per purchase order. Then secondly, for material handling, it is rupees 6 watt, 6 per store requisition. Use correct terminologies if you have not used 6 per stores requisition. Then next is setup rupees 50 per production run. So setup cost rupees 50 per production run. Then it is testing. Testing is rupees 2.5 per testing hour. Rupees 2.5 per testing hour. And last cost for packing, it is rupees 12 per delivery. So please write the complete, don't keep it incomplete. So it is 12 per delivery, correct? So everybody getting these answers? Super. Very good. Very good, students. Chalo then, if this is true, now question 3. Tell me, here certain things have to be done by you. It is simple. Solving wise, see what is required. Prepare a profitability statement. Now, profitability statement means sales minus total cost. So you have sales figures, you have material cost, labor cost. So direct costs are given. Only overheads is to be charged. So firstly, sales minus direct material, direct labor cost. These three are straightforward given to you. But what you have to subtract is the overheads. But for that, you have to do some workings first.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Sushmita.
So as per my understanding, the first part where we are seeing under traditional, so the question A is for traditional method where we are taking the total overheads like the department wise machine maintenance, setup cost and all. We are taking it into ratios and dividing it.
No,
Is
no,
it?
no, no. 1 second. For traditional, see the total overheads is 20 lakhs. That's it, which is made up of. If you add up all these activity cost, the breakup given, it will add up to 20 lakhs. And the basis given is labor hours. So it is simply 20 lakhs divided by total labor hours. This is the ORR for traditional method, nothing else.
Okay.
So it is so simple, beta. 20 lakhs is the total overheads. Acha. Had they not given this 20 lakhs, even if you use your calci, add up this 770 plus 50 plus 5 plus 3 plus 380, everything add up will also be 20 lakhs because this is what I explained. The overheads divided into activities is what is total overheads, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is interesting is we have to divide it by labor hours. But do you have total labor hours given in the question, Sushmita?
Sir, down we have labor cost per hour and labor per hours per unit.
Yes, but I want total labor hours. I want labor hours for the whole company for the whole year. These are per unit per hour. Is it okay if I take them?
Labor cost, which we have in the first category, direct labor divided by labor cost per hour, make like
Very good. So this is how much? This is 3 lakhs, correct?
yes,
Divided
sir.
by rupees 100. So how much will I get? Beta, you can
We'll
do
get
this.
3,000.
30,000 hours, correct? So 30,000 hours. I'm writing K for 1,000. Huh? So 30,000 labor hours is the labor hours for first product. Similarly, second, total labor cost is 3 lakhs divided by 75 rupees.
4,000, sir.
4 or 40?
4,000. First one is also 3,000.
Okay, sorry. So first wala is also 3, not 30. 1 second. So first wala is 3,000. Second wala you are saying is how much? 4,000.
4,000.
Okay, so labor hours for the second product is 4,000, correct?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Then now third is 50 rupees is your labor rate, correct? And your
Yes.
labor cost is 50,000.
1,000.
How much?
1,000. 1,000.
So 1,000 is your labor hours. Now add these labor hours, how much it becomes if you add all of them?
8,000.
Perfect. So your total labor hours is 8,000. So 8,000 is your total labor hours. Now for traditional, what you will do? You will divide 20 lakhs by 8,000 hours. You will get your ORR. Correct?
Yes, sir.
How much is the ORR for traditional?
It is 250.
Perfect. So
Sir, but in this question, we need to separately calculate for A and B and C is not required, sir.
they are required. Na? See, you have to prepare profitability for each product. But first you will find out the ORR. Na? See, again, first step is ORR. Now, once you get ORR, then only you will charge the cost, the overheads cost to ABC. Na? Now, this 250 you got multiplied by 3,000 hours, that will be overheads of A, multiplied by 4,000 hours, that is overheads of B, multiplied by 1,000 hours, that is overheads of C.
Yes, sir.
Sales minus material cost minus labor cost minus this overheads, what you have got by multiplying the hours by the ORR is your final profit. Correct, na?
Yes, sir.
That
But
is the next
for
step.
overall. for ORR, we need to calculate in this for all department each separately, correct?
Separately means,
For
beta, see,
dividing.
there are three products A, B, C. So I
Yes.
need to find out how many labor hours will be required for all three. And anyways, what is the total labor hours for the company? It is the labor hours required for all the products. So we add up the labor hours required for all the products, we'll get the labor hours for the company, which we got as 8,000.
So we not required to calculate 7,70,000 divided by 3,000, and for B, uh, for that is not required, sir.
What is 770 divided by 3,000, beta?
Machinery maintenance.
Beta, machinery maintenance is activity or is it a department?
Oh, activities, sir. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
so that will come second. Na? Now we are in traditional. Na? In traditional, we don't require that breakup. We require total
Okay.
overheads, which is 20 lakhs. Total
Okay.
overheads divided by total hours is your ORR. You got
Yes, sir.
rupees 280 per labor hour as your overhead charging rate, traditional. Using
Yes,
that
sir.
rate, you charge to ABC. You get the overheads cost of ABC. Subtract sales minus material minus labor minus the overheads cost that you get. You get the profit of ABC under traditional method. Done.
Yes, sir. Understood. Yes, sir. Done.
Now you will go to ABC where now you will take each of these. Now what is interesting, students, here? So I hope everybody understood the traditional part, right? The up to profit. Now I am on the second part, which is ABC. Now in ABC, you have five activities. First activity is machine maintenance. Second is setup. Third is material handling. Fourth is packing. Fifth is production order. Now, the most interesting part in this question is they have not told you what are the cost drivers. So from the data given here, you have to yourself find out what will be the cost driver for which activity.
Okay, sir.
So this is what is the special point in this question. So you have to see, prior to this in all questions, they had straightforward given you the activity and the driver. In the previous questions also straightforward activity drivers were given. Here, they have not told you which driver to use for which activity. That is what you have to find out. So now you have to do match the pairs. See the name of the activity. What is the name of the activity? Machine maintenance. Now out of this, which do you feel is the more appropriate basis?
Machine hour per unit.
Super, not per unit. We'll require total. But machine
Oh,
hours is what we will take. So for this, machine hours is taken. Then for setup activity, which one?
setup, number of setups.
Number of setups. Now see, you have to make total of this. Huh? But again, for machine hours, we'll have to do some working because these are machine hours per unit. We need total machine hours. These are per unit. So for machine hours, you have to do some working, but number of setups, you'll simply do total. So last year, you make one column of total because you'll require total of the whole business. Na? So total
Yes, sir.
setups, how much it is coming total setups?
Uh, 20, 30, 40, 50, sir.
50. So this setup cost of 50,000 divided by 50 setups will be the driver rate for second activity. What will be the base for the third activity, material handling? What will be the base?
That's also machine hour per unit.
No, number of material receipts. Why machine hours,
Oh,
beta?
material
Again, make a
handling and
total. Again, make a total of this. This will be your total material receipts. You will divide 5 lakhs by that total material receipts. You will get the charging rate for this activity.
yes,
Correct?
sir.
Then you
Yes,
have
sir.
packing activity. What will be the base?
Packing, deliveries, number of
Simple.
deliveries,
And for production order cost, it will be
number of production orders.
simple.
Yes.
So for these four, you have to do simple total. But for the first one, that is machine hours, it is given per unit. We have to find out total machine hours. Per unit will
Yes.
not do because we want for the whole company for all the products combined. So how will you find out total machine hours, students? Per unit is given. Now I want total. How will you find out total?
Uh, materials is given, sir, A, B, and C. So we multiply machine hours into material lakhs. Material in that above table.
Will it
7
give you
lakhs
machine
fifty
hours?
thousand
Will
and
it
4
give you
lakhs.
machine hours? If you multiply material by machine hours, will it give you machine hours total?
Sorry, no, sir. Machine hours per unit.
See, if it is given per unit and you want to find out total, then find out units, na? If it is given per unit and you want to find out total, then the simple logic is find out the number of units multiplied by number of units.
Yes, sir. It is multiplied by selling price per unit or labor cost per unit.
That you
What?
have to tell me, na? That you have to tell me. See, this is where only I repeat, questions are simple. You have to interpret the questions. The solving part is very simple. Once you understand the data given, the calculation is only divide and multiply. But you have to first understand firstly that what is the data, how I will find out the answer. The answer is simple. Now I gave you the hint. You are given machine hour per unit. You want to find out total. So multiplied by units. Now the question is how you will find out the units. That is what the question is.
Machine hours per unit.
Very good, Khushi. Super. See, students, this is where such questions become slightly complicated. So, students, see, you have one data called as sales. You have another data called as selling price per unit. What do you get if you divide this by selling price per unit?
Yes, sir. Total
You'll get
units.
units.
Yes, sir.
So you'll
Sale.
have to first find out units. How sales divided by selling price will give you units. And that units multiplied by machine hours per unit will give you total machine hours.
Yes, sir.
Students, is this
Un-
clear?
Understood, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm typing in chat box. You may start working. So students who have got this, tell me the units that you have got. Unit is equal to sales divided by selling price per unit. Tell me the units that you are getting. Acha, sorry, my message went direct to someone instead of all. It should go to everyone. Yes.
30.
Why I have admin restrictions? It is saying unable to send file due to admin restrictions. Why? So students, what are the sale units? The sale units given to me are, Navneet says 3,000, 4,000, 1,000. Kushi says 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. How can there be different? Acha, Navneet is correcting 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. Students, did you get this 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 as sale
Yes,
units?
sir. Correct. 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 tons.
So if everybody is getting 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 as sale units, now multiply these sale units by the
Good morning, sir.
respective machine hours per unit. You will get the machine hours for each product. Yes, Navneet.
Sir, actually, we can also find the number of units by labor hours, no? Because labor hours per unit is one, and there is 3,000 labor hours for product
So it
A.
will
So we
be
can,
same, beta. It will be
yeah,
same.
yeah. So we
But it
can
is
find
maths.
for
Yes,
multiple
yes.
ways.
You can cross multiply. You can cross verify by that method also.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So students, now tell me what is the total machine hours of ABC, of A, of B, of C. How you'll get units multiplied by the per unit machine hours. So I'm typing the answers. So units are 3,000,
2,000 and
2,000.
2,000.
No, units are 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. Correct?
Machine hours per unit is 2,
Yeah.
sir, for C.
So total machine hours will be 3,000, 2,000 and
And
2,000.
2,000.
Correct? And the
Yes,
total of
sir.
all this, because we need total also to find out our ORR. will be 7,000. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, students, tell me the cost driver rates for each of the activities. For machine maintenance, setup, material handling. So now you have totals here. Correct? Now tell me the cost driver rates for each of these activities. Anybody not understanding may please raise their hand. So machine maintenance is coming as how much? You have the machine maintenance cost given divided by the total machine hours which we just calculated. Yes, very good. Nikunj, very good. Kambira. So it is 110 per machine hour. Perfect. Anil, don't get mixed with that. You first do what is there in front of you. That I'll explain later. If I mix things in between, people will get confused. You are getting answer by this approach now. So first complete the answers by this approach. Don't deviate yourself into different things. Chalo, give me the second driver rate, which is for setup. Then third for material handling.
110.
110 is what per setup?
No, machine.
Acha, for machine maintenance it is rupees 110 per machine hour. That is done. Now tell me for setup. Setup is 1,000 per setup. Nikunj says rupees 1,000 per setup. Navneet, what is this answer I am not getting? Yes, Sushmita, you are right. 1,000 per setup is for the second activity.
10.
Chalo, second activity done. 1,000 per setup. Now give me for third, material handling.
For setup, 50,000 divided by 50 only, sir. Or
Better tell me 50,000 divided by 50. You are right because it is setup of all three combined. Na? So that is total setup of the whole business. You have only three products. Correct, na? So 50,000 divided by 50. That is why you are getting 1,000 per setup.
yes, sir. I'm getting 1,000.
Now find out for the third activity, which is material. So material handling, you'll use total number of material receipts, which is coming to 250. So 5 lakhs divided by 250, it is rupees 2,000 per material receipt.
Yes, sir. 2,000. I got it. I'm
Perfect.
also getting it. One. Okay.
Now for packing, rupees 3 lakhs divided by the total number of deliveries. Yes, Nikunj, very good. Yes, Navneet.
7,500, sir.
So the rate is rupees 7,500 per delivery. Yes, correct.
Fifth one.
Very good. And then last one for production order, total number of orders and production cost. Yes, correct. Hemen, correct. Nikunj, Ankita, Navneet, very good. Yes, Surinder, Kambira, very good. How much it is?
10,000, sir.
10,000 per production order. So now you have got the respective cost driver rates, and now you all can easily find out the profits. So you have to find out profit under both approaches, the traditional approach and finally the ABC approach, right? So you have to complete this answer and now take a screenshot of the last question. It is slightly lengthy, yes. Take a screenshot of fourth question.
Done, sir.
So question 3, finding out profit. Question 4, you have to complete this. If second is also left out by some, please complete this. We'll check these answers in the next class and we will proceed. Is this clear to everyone, students, the ABC chapter?
Yes, sir. Very easy.
Most important thing is interpreting and understanding the question. The moment you understand the question, the answers are very easy to calculate. नवनीत, देखा जाए तो चैप्टर कंप्लीट हो गया, मगर इसको भी थोड़ा और सॉल्व करेंगे हम. We'll practice more sums, plus there are some theoretical points which I would like to take from the chapter in the next class. So students, kindly please practice not only these sums, the other sums from module. Also take out time to practice the overheads chapter, so that if there are doubts in the next class, I'll use the next class even to answer your overheads doubts. Fine, students?
Yes, sir. Sure.
So with this, we conclude our today's class.
Yes,
Technically,
sir.
if I have to
Thank you,
say, I
sir.
have taught you
Wonderful session.
entire ABC, but we will be solving more sums. But that you have to solve first so that I can clear your doubts. I can troubleshoot and take you to the level where you get expertise. So thank you all. Take care and
Thank
please
you, sir.
study well. Good day, everyone.
Good day, sir.
Very good day. Nisarg ji, we have completed the class. Thank you very much, Nisarg ji. Thank you all.